Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant and welcome back for more Let's Play Pokémon SoulSilver. Last time, we took down Bruno, the fighting type and third member of the Elite Four. Today, we're going to be moving on to its final member, Karenough. And she's going to open up this fight with a Weavile, 4th generation evolution of Sneasel from the 4th generation. Now this thing would normally most likely outspeed HCB, which is why I gave him the Choice Scarf! Oh boy, Choice Scarf Heracross, I've raved about you so much. If only I used you against Whitney, that would have made that rematch a hell of a lot easier. But Weavile being 4 times weak to fighting as well as having many other glaring weaknesses and is pretty darn frail all around. As long as you can outspeed it, which is notably difficult, it's not that hard to deal with. Honchkrow! 4th generation evolution of Murkrow from these games. Dark flying type. I always love how I assume that that's its hair or its fur or its feathers and not actually its hat. Although I'm not sure, have I ever seen it actually remove that? I know it has an animation in the Pokemon Battle Revolution where it kind of tips the part of its hat, hair, or feathers forward over its eyes to indicate that, you know, like the so long farewell kind of thing when it dies. Kind of interesting. Houndoom! Oh boy, this thing! Let's see if Crunch can work on this guy a little bit more. We know so much about Houndoom, it's not funny. I'm surprised she hasn't used anything of... Oh, who am I kidding? The other 2 things we faced were pretty interesting. But this is why her Houndoom is relatively scary. It knows Nasty Plot, which raises its special attack 2 stages in a turn. Now, Lupus was prompted to learn this while I was doing my off-screen training, and I don't generally like setting up and sweeping in these games. I think I've already explained this, which is why I kept Solar Beam Sunny Day on him, despite the fact that it hasn't really been that useful yet. Next up is Spiritomb. Now, this thing is a dark ghost type, has no weaknesses as a result. I guess I'll stick with Crunch. And the most annoying ones I've dealt with, no Double Team! So I'm secretly hoping that this one doesn't, although it probably does. Spiritomb is a bit of a wall. It likes to status you, and it likes to just sit there until you die. So now that it's used Curse, and she's probably going to heal it on this turn, the question is... do I feel like sitting here and taking that, or do I want to switch into something that would just be able to hit it for a substantial amount of damage? My main guy for that would be HCB, but he either resists or is immune to anything he would be hit with, and so is Duster. Maybe I'll go with Krakow and status it, but... I mean, this is a tricky thing. I don't like dealing with walls in this game. I guess I could go with Lupus? Maybe? I'm seriously stumped. I mean, either one of these guys should be able to deal with him. I'm just unsure of who I want to go to. Who would be the best one? I guess I'll go with Krakow. Maybe paralyze it and see what we can do from there. Because as long as she's going to be a dick about this, we might as well do the same thing. We should resist anything it could hit us with, like a Dark Pulse. Although I anticipate her using Curse again. The thing is, I don't know if a Thunderbolt is going to be enough to knock it out from this range. I don't think Krakow is going to be that much help to us for the rest of this fight. So if a T-Bolt would be able to do it in, so much the better. We wouldn't have to deal with it anymore. I'm just hoping that if it's not, she doesn't decide to heal it again. I don't remember how many full restores these guys get per fight. But it isn't all that much trouble either. And if I didn't mention, whenever a ghost type uses Curse, it cuts half of its max HP to inflict a quarter of the opponent's max HP worth of damage at the end of every turn, unless it switches out. I intended to switch out, I don't know why I didn't. Hi Absol, how you doing? I guess we'll try to... No, you're gonna use Detect. I don't know why I stayed in. I thought the blue meant switch out. Like... Because ideally, I would switch into HCB, but I'm afraid of him taking more damage than he has to. Because I'd really like to preserve him if at all possible. You know what? When in doubt, Duster. This probably won't end very well for Duster, but why the heck not? Why are you using Detect again? You used Detect 3 turns in a row. It made sense to use it when I had a curse inflicted on me because it would have killed Karenough. It doesn't make sense for you to use 3 times in a row. But Absol, although being very powerful on the physical side, is relatively frail and relatively slow. Dark type from the Hoenn games. I don't know what it is about Pokemon games and obsessively using Protect and Detect when it isn't helpful. It's very helpful in the metagame when you're trying to Toxic Stall or something, but it's not very helpful for you now. It just serves to prolong the length of the video. And Umbreon! Dark-type evolution of Eevee, who, of course, we've seen before, and the counterpart to Espeon. I don't believe Close Combat is going to Oko from this range, because Umbreon is a pretty good tank. But I do love being pleasantly surprised every once in a while. These fights have gone a lot easier than I expected them to. That said, we all know who I have to face next! Oh boy! Although the rest of these fights have gone relatively easily so far. Lance! Tomorrow. I sincerely hope I don't have to leave and level everybody up just so I stand a chance, but... like last time, I'm cautiously optimistic. This is UniversalGiant, and we'll be defending our crown as champion next time. See you then.